Hello everyone, and welcome to my Young and Restless official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. As Tessa Porter sobs in Daniel Romalotti Jr.'s arms, Phyllis Summers will spy to obtain Billy Abbott's secret, according to the Young and the Restless recap for Monday, May 12th. Tessa will find Mariah Copeland in the park and confront her about her recent lack of communication. Mariah will discuss her remorse over Ian Ward's return to town as she finally acknowledges that the change in her conduct is related to him. Tessa won't believe Mariah should place the burden on herself, even if she will feel that she should have recognized Ian's true nature sooner. Tessa will offer therapy and plead for a means to get past this since she believes Mariah cannot forgive her for pressuring her to give Ian another chance. In the end, Tessa will recognize that Mariah has something to confess since she will claim that she is not the one who needs forgiveness. Mariah will simply apologize before rushing away, even if Tessa insists that they can overcome anything together. Phyllis will brief Daniel at Crimson Lights on her decision to fire Abbott Communications, but she will also gripe about Billy replacing her with Sally Spectra, who is not qualified. Phyllis will reassure Daniel that she will not back down when Billy eventually makes a comeback. Instead, Phyllis will wish to start a new empire with Daniel, and she will pretend that it may be an enjoyable endeavor to work on together. Daniel will encourage Phyllis to find something that motivates her as he knows she won't let this go. Daniel will be open to considering it if Phyllis presents it to him and it resonates with him as well. Phyllis will foresee that she will rise to the occasion and appear thrilled that Daniel could give in. After Mariah shuts Tessa out, Daniel will later see her at the park, looking distraught. Tessa will eventually start crying as Daniel hugs her when he notices that anything is amiss. Newman will then attempt to persuade Kyle Abbott to spend time with Victor Newman in casual settings, such as family get-togethers, birthday parties, and perhaps a picnic with Harrison Abbott, in Monday's YNR episode. Claire will feel compelled to demonstrate Victor their happiness as a team, but Kyle won't believe it will work. Kyle will be equally annoyed by Claire's need for Victor's praise as he would be by her pessimism. Claire will, however, discuss how she admires Victor's tale of escaping an orphanage and creating this devoted family. Victor's acceptance of Claire as a member of the Newman clan will hold great significance for her. As they attempt to win Victor over, Claire will also bring up Nikki Newman's recommendation to slow things down. Even if Kyle won't be pleased about that, he will promise Claire that he would do everything for her in the end. Billy will tell Sally about his heated exchange with Victor at Society, where he tipped his hand about being shaken over Aristotle Dumas and hurled threats. Billy will have a new strategy to keep his hands clean after acknowledging that his possible agreement with Dumas was about Chancellor. From a safe distance, Billy will want to pit Dumas and Victor against one another. Billy will be able to watch the fight royale while enjoying some popcorn. Sally will ask Billy to confirm that he is no longer fixated on regaining Chancellor when he says he is banking for Dumas to win. Billy's strategy to inflame the battle between Dumas and Victor won't sit well with Sally, especially because Dumas appears to be just as deadly as his competitor. Sally will, however, determine that she can accept the plan and will kiss Billy. Phyllis will overhear Billy's plan to allow Dumas to defeat Victor as he watches from behind the corner. According to previews for The Young and the Restless, Phyllis will attempt to negotiate a deal with Victor for that information shortly. Keep checking back for more updates. Here are the spoilers for the week of May 12, 2025, on The Young and the Restless. The diagnosis of Cole Howard will be revealed to fans. Chelsea Lawson and Sally Spectra, meantime, are embroiled in a bitter dispute. Let's discuss what will happen in the CBS soap opera next week as you continue reading. For Cole Howard, the diagnosis. Let's start with Cole, who hopes it's just a cold but keeps coughing. He should consult a doctor, Victoria Newman said. Cole has been awaiting test results after doing precisely that. It becomes increasingly likely that Cole will receive a fatal diagnosis. Victoria and Claire Grace Newman will therefore be heartbroken by this. The confrontation of Tessa Porter. She is hiding something from Tessa Porter with Mariah Copeland. Although the mystery is still unknown to fans, Mariah appears certain that Tessa will abandon her if she ever learns the truth. Mariah struggles with deceit and confidentiality. Tessa is already wary, then. Tessa might finally confront her wife as a result of this. The feud of Sally Spectra. According to next week's spoilers for The Young and the Restless, Sally and Chelsea will argue angrily. Chelsea recently found out that Victor Newman wants to have Billy Abbott featured in another popular piece by Newman Media. Adam Newman will attempt to repair the damage with Chelsea, but it can also lead to problems with Sally. Chelsea will believe that Adam should defy his father even when he insists that Victor provided the commands. Chelsea might also feel obliged to warn Billy. The week of May 12, 2025, the idea that Kyle Abbott will blow up is also hinted at. This probably happens after Victor uses force against Kyle once more. After that, Audra Charles will have the opportunity to take a risk. Audra should find that simpler if Claire finds out about Cole's illness. Claire will give Audra a chance by spending less time with Kyle and more time with her parents. Nate Hastings might, however, be becoming increasingly concerned about Audra's arrangement with Victor. Another person that doesn't trust Audra is Lily Winters. Lily also observed the glances that passed between Holden Novak and Audra. 3 characters on The Young and the Restless need to separate from Victor Newman in order to find peace, according to spoilers and updates. Let's examine which Genoa city citizens require assertiveness. First place goes to Michael Baldwin. Let's start by talking about Michael Baldwin, who is sincerely attempting to help Victor but is receiving unfavorable treatment in exchange. Michael clearly has Victor's best interests at heart and wants to help him avoid his destructive habits, but Victor is unaware of this. Victor feels betrayed by Michael's attempts to control his actions. Given that Victor chastises Michael for offering reasonable alternatives, one would question if he should still be Michael's superior at this point. Michael may actually lose his job as a result of his recent secret meetings with Jack Abbott. It could be prudent for Michael to think about quitting and choosing a more peaceful route, even if he is able to keep his job. The second is Claire Newman. Another character who might think about separating from Victor is Claire Newman, especially once he carries out his plan with Audra Charles. Victor is obviously going too far with his granddaughter by compromising his pledge to stay out of Claire and Kyle Abbott's relationship. Despite Victor's efforts to pass it off as protectiveness, Claire may eventually recognize that his domineering personality is similar to Jordan's. Claire's decision to cut off contact with Victor, if only temporarily, would be appropriate for him. Reconciliation with Victor may occur in the future, but for Claire to really connect with him right now, she may need to distance herself from her grandfather. Audra is number 3. Charles, by joining forces with Victor, Audra is making a grave mistake, and it would be prudent for her to leave. Given that he had previously harmed her, she ought to have learned from her past interactions with him. But even if it means ruining Kyle and Claire's relationship, she is becoming swept up in the enthusiasm of a new cosmetics brand. If Nate Hastings discovers what she is doing, it might put her relationship with him in danger. When Nate learns that Audra is attempting to separate Claire and Kyle, he may have a violent reaction. Audra isn't even certain that her contract is safe. Furthermore, considering Victor's reputation, Audra cannot be certain that her contract is as solid as she thinks. He could simply find a way to fire her once he no longer needs her, and his lawyers are probably better than hers.